Wow, was this rifle a bitch to sight in or what? Oh my god. Man, I think I went through over 100 rounds. Let me think. Yeah, about 120 rounds till I got this thing sighted in. I was starting to worry. I was ready to send it back. I was like, what the hell's wrong with this thing? I can't get this thing sighted in. It's my first time sighting in a front sight in an AK. Like I showed you before, I showed you this before I brought it to the range. The front sight, that little round pin that you got to push over to sight it in, well, Arsenal just puts it in the center. Obviously, Arsenal didn't shoot a target with it, unless their shooters hold something different than I do, because the gun shot completely all the way to the left and high. I said, alright, it's me. You know, I don't shoot AKs too often, especially, you know, sighting them in and bench resting them. But I'm like, you know what? After 50 rounds, I'm like, no way, this can't be right. So I got disgusted, went home, and tried to make some phone calls and get a little information. And I said, let me change my ammunition, because I did shoot the real cheap stuff. I have this real good Russian stuff. It's expensive. It's like, you know, between $9-10 a box. I bought it a while ago, and I said, let me just shoot the best ammo I have. That's one thing. Let me bring this little magazine so I'm comfortable when bench resting. That's where these come in really handy. If you get this and you buy this and you get one of these little magazines, don't like give it away. Don't be like, oh, I'm never going to use this, you know, because these are great for when you're sighting in your rifle and you're bench resting, because the 30 rounder comes down way too far and you end up leaning and rocking on the mag. You don't want to do that. So keep this for sighting in your rifle. It's excellent. Okay, so this holds like 10, I think. So yeah, I went back up. I said, let me regroup. I came home. I put a laser on my rifle, and then I put the laser on the rear sight and it hit the front post. I'm like, okay, everything's straight, but that doesn't mean nothing. I got to make it how I shoot. So, went up today, brought about 50 rounds with me, and I brought this with me. And if it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be able to hit a friggin' broadside of a barn with that rifle if it wasn't for this tool right here. Okay? Now, I had to bring that front sight all the way over to the left. And now it's shooting good. I'll show you the targets. This is what my target looked like. What was it, yesterday? I think it was up there yesterday shooting. Wrong target, asshole. Grab the right target. This is what my target looked like yesterday. All the time. Like, it was, got some good ones, bad ones, good ones. It was random. This is a random target. That is not a good target. Just because you see a couple near the bullseye, that's horrible. That's like, oh, I got one there, I got one there, now I'm shooting here, now I'm shooting here, I got one there, I got one there, now I'm shooting here, now I'm shooting here. You know what I mean? That sucks. You don't want a target like that. You want consistent groups. Even if the groups ain't center, as long as the groups are consistent and together, you know your barrel's okay at least. You know what I'm saying? At least you know the rifle's okay. You got to sight it in. So after about, 50 rounds of this bullshit, I went back up with my tool and did the same thing, and I got a whole different story. It's not a great target, but it's a lot better. Look at them groups now. That's better. That's a consistent group. They're all together. It's consistent shooting. They're right next to each other. Another group here. Nice. That's a consistent group. Here's another one. Boom, 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 boom. So we had one flyer. Okay, to me, now that rifle is good. Okay, and that's 100 yards. So for iron sights without a scope, that rifle's pretty much on, I would say. And towards the end of the shooting, this is the latest hits. So I don't think there's anything wrong with my rifle. I was really getting worried about it. I was like, man, maybe, just maybe, I got a fucked up friggin' rifle. I said, nah, I'm just going to keep playing with it, and that's what I did. So what I did was I started all over again. I got this tool. I put the pin. You got to be very patient, guys, when you're sighting in your rifle, especially AKs and iron sights. They take long. For my, it ain't like a scope. You could zero a scope in within 30 rounds. You got it. It's done. It's a done deal. I went over 100 rounds with this damn thing. I finally got it in. This pin here, let me show it to you instead of pointing. And of course, you know, when you use the tool, it scratches the paint off, but you can't even tell. Look at that. Can you tell the paint was scratching off? No, because I wiped it with alcohol and I touched it up with, in case you guys don't know, it's flat black. Get yourself one of these. Birchwood Casey flat black. It's flat black. It's specifically for friggin' guns. Fuck. Anyway, as you remember, when I showed you in the last video, this pin was even. But now, this is how it has to be for me to shoot straight. It has to be way out on this side, pretty much flush on this side, but I don't care because it's shooting straight now. It's not that odd because my Polytech's the same way. The pin is flat on one side and it's sticking all the way out to the left. You know, when they make AKs, this is what I will say about ARs. When they make AKs, they're made pretty quick. They're made very, very rough. And most of the time, the AKs I had, I never had to sight them in. Like my Yugo, it was dead on. I didn't have to touch anything. But the last two Arsenals that I had, my Arsenal SGL-20, that's the one before the SGL-21. The SGL-20 does not have the barrel lug, which this does have. The 21 does, or something like that, vice versa. I couldn't hit nothing with that Arsenal either. So I don't know if they're just, I don't know if they're taking them out there and actually shooting them, or just laser sighting them and saying, okay, the laser says it's straight and just shipping them out, whatever. They are really good AKs, but you got to get them sighted in. Any of you other guys have any experience with your AK or your Arsenal, please leave a comment, let me know. I already talked to one guy. He's been a sub of mine for a long time. I was talking to him last night. He said he went through the same bullshit with his. But once they're sighted in, guys, that's it. You're done. I'm done now. I don't have to touch this anymore. So, you know, all the paint came off because of the clamp, but as you can see, it looks awesome. Like, yeah. I'm just happy there's nothing wrong with the rifle, man. I was really worried. There's a lot of money sitting here. I mean, if it was $500, $600 rifle, I'd be upset, but, you know, $1,000, come on. Come on, man. This thing should shoot a mosquito right between the balls for that much money. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I was mad. Now I'm irritated. Now I'm relieved. And this is your range report. This is your update. And I don't think anything but this right here. This works so good. As you can see, it's not bent at all. These ones they have out there, these cheaper ones, they bend up and stuff. So I don't know about the Tabco. I never tried theirs, but this one did a fantastic job. It made it so easy to adjust that sight. Am I done sighting it in? Well, by the looks of this target, I don't know yet. It's still kind of random. I mean, I know they're nice groups. They're in the center. That's good. It's in the center of the target. They're nice groups. This is low. This is high. This is in the center. I don't know what I did to get that in the center. When you shoot the gun and you know why you got it in the center, then you know you know what you're doing. Then you're on the right path. I was just aiming for the center, and I hit it. We got to remember, when this is 100 yards away, the whole sight covers this whole friggin' target. So figure my hand's the sight, right? It looks that big. So what I do is I bring the top of the sight down to the center of the target, so I can see half the target, like a half moon, and I put the top of the sight, very top of the sight, and split the target with it. Then I slowly squeeze, and hopefully hit the center. That's what sucks about, you know, sighting in iron sights at 100 yards. 50 yards you can see a little bit better because the front sight might look about this big on it. So at least you can get an idea where the center is. So that's about it. She's good now. So I won't have to write Arsenal a long letter. I got something else since we're talking about targets. Let me show you something real quick and then we're out of here. Alright, I got this in the mail from a cool dude, and I've been meaning to show you guys this. And I don't know much about these because I don't have a facility to use these. There is one range I could go to use these. I don't think anyone would care. But this company is called In the Red Targets, and these are exploding targets. They're pretty cool. And this is called a low velocity pack, and I think 38 ounces. I'm not sure about prices and all that stuff, but if you guys want exploding targets, if your range allows it, or if you have a private range, they're pretty easy to use. Like I said, I don't know a lot about them, but they have them in these. They have the black bag with the black powder, and then you have the white bag with the white powder, and these are probably 8-ounce bags. Now what you do is you get the black bag, empty it in the white bag, Ziploc it, and just shake it and mix it up. Don't use a stick or something, just shake it till a color looks like all one color, and then what you do is you tape it on the back of a target, and then when the projectile hits it, it ignites, and boom, it's an explosion. This is for low velocity, so whatever you want to use it for. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know about this stuff, because I don't. But I just wanted to show, I can't wait to use these. I'm sure there'll be an opportunity sooner or later for me to be able to use these. And I just wanted to show you, it can make your shooting day a lot more interesting, amundo. Now, if you guys are interested in that, you can go through GY6 vids. He has some really great demonstrations on these in the Red Targets, or you can go to in the Red Targets website, and GY6 vids is the code for, you know, I guess you get a discount code for that. I'll put the links all under the video, because like I said, I'm not real experienced with these, and I don't want to, you know, give people the wrong advice. All I know is I know what they do. They're a lot of fun, and my brother-in-law has a house in the mountains, and that's probably a place. That's why I'm saving them. If I ever go up there with them, we're gonna do that. I heard if you duct tape them, wrap some duct tape around them before you put them on the back, it makes them more. It makes the percussion louder, just like a firecracker. You hold a firecracker in your hand, and when your hand's open, you're gonna get a nasty wound in your hand. But if you hold a firecracker in your fist, you could blow your friggin' fingers off. It's the same science. This is our science lesson today. But that's it. I just wanted to show that real quick. I'll put the links under there for that. I know a lot of you guys like that. You guys are fortunate to have backyards where you can do stuff like that. God bless you, man. Man, I want to thank, I haven't done this in a while. I just want to thank guys for really, really kind PMs and very complimentary PMs. I've been getting them. I'm reading them. Yes, I do read them. I just don't answer everybody. And of course, thanks for subbing. Alright, guys. Well, I don't know what's next. I'm thinking Ed Brown at the range. That's what I'm thinking.